Good morning to everybody that is under the sound of my voice. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We're going to call this Tell It Thursday, honey, because we're going to tell all of the tea. What's going on, beautiful people? If you have never been here before, yes, I refer to everybody that comes into my space as beautiful people because I can learn something from each of you, good, bad, or in between. But what's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday. We made it to another day in our right mind. If you are here, go ahead and tap in, hit the like button, help your girl, get a little elevation in the algorithm. What's going on, y'all? So today, a light and you are a positive person, it's not easy. Mean that you just think everything is great and perfect. I mean that you try to find the good in everything, no matter what you're going through. And that is not an easy task. And it's also not easy because a lot of times people will not like you because you're positive, because you do have a great outlook on life. A little sip of water. Stay hydrated out there, people. Sorry about that. I had to guzzle down some water and a little bit bitter cranberry juice. All right. That's what we on today. Anyway, but you definitely want to try your best to see the cup full. I don't even like to say half full. I like my cup to be full. In the word it says exceedingly abundantly above everything that I could ask for. So why would I ever ask for my cup to be half full? Oh, I see the glass half full. That's only half of what God possibly blessed me with. So I want my glass full to the brim. Okay. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're talking about how difficult it can be to be a light in the midst of darkness, to be a positive person in the midst of the world we're in now, because a lot of times people are going to hate on you. And it's not because of anything that you did, but people are going to hate on you just because your light makes them feel away. Your presence, just your being in the room, makes them feel away. Not because you're cocky, not because you're stuck up, not because you've been around somebody and you're just like, man, I don't understand why this person doesn't like you. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to wonder about it. You don't have to try and figure it out. They don't like you because there's a light. There's something in you that they possess of. And I'm not saying it like I'm the be all end all. I'm not saying it like anybody that's going through that is be all end all. What I'm saying is that sometimes when you are a positive person or you have a positive outlook on life, or you do see the glass as full, because like I said, I don't like to say half full. Y'all please tap the live if you come in here. It helps your girl raise up an algorithm and elevate, and that's what we're trying to do every single day on here. Um, but there will be times where people will just not like you from jump and just be nasty to you, and you spend so much time trying to figure out the why and the how, and why is it, and you start to overanalyze yourself and wonder, what did I do wrong? Why doesn't this person, and it almost makes you question who you are. I've definitely been there. I was around a family member, and I never forget, I got up one morning and I was playing some praise and worship music. And I wasn't playing it super loud, but I do that in the mornings. If I'm feeling down, I'll play some praise and worship. I'll play some gospel house. I play just straight up house music that makes me feel good and gets my vibe, my frequency a little bit high. And as I'm playing the music, they happened to walk by me. I was playing off my phone, and they said, "Don't nobody want to hear all that mess." And I'm like, "Well, dang, I'm the gospel music. What we doing?" And they're like, "Don't nobody want to hear all that hooping and hollering. All them people do is hoop and holler." And I said, "Well, maybe they're passionate about what they're singing about. They're singing, for the Lord. So, maybe they're passionate about what they're singing about." I said, "I don't see nothing wrong with it." And the person said, "Well, that type of music ain't never touched me." And it was like, wow, you're really feeling the way because I'm playing gospel music in the morning. And I wasn't, being disruptive. It was just a thing where they felt a way about it. And I respect that because those are their feelings. But I started trying to analyze, like, well, dang, what did I do? And it wasn't anything that I did. It was just that, they were in such a pit of darkness at the time that any light kind of ticked them off. It's kind of like when things start going well for you in life, you ever notice that's when everything starts beating you in the head? When you start elevating, you start doing better in life, and you're like, okay, I made it to where I'm supposed to be. And it's like everything that could go wrong starts to go wrong. That's an attack. And that attack is because you are trying to do the right things. If you have ever, and this is a lot of people, I'm gonna talk about it because it's Talk About It Tuesday. I mean, Talk About It Thursday. I'm sorry. I got my T's messed up, but it's Talk About It Thursday. A lot of people go to church and get saved, and then they backslide, and then they get saved again. And I'm not here to judge, and I'm not super churchy. But a lot of us have been through that where you know, some people get saved quite a few times during their life, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, Delta, good morning, good morning. Thank y'all for the likes. Please go ahead and thumbs up this live. It helps your girl to grow in the algorithm. I'm just a rising YouTuber trying to make something shake for my household. So every like definitely helps. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Hi, Linda. Welcome in, welcome in. But it's like, you know, you get to a certain point where you're like, ooh, I made it. I'm doing it. I'm doing the things, you know, and my phone is going off because, oh my gosh, I'm starting a new business, y'all. My phone's going off. So blessings, 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 for me, for you, for everybody listening. I hope they roll over to everybody. What's up, Cape Town? I want to go there so bad. I want to go there so bad. I've been doing my research and I really want to go there so bad. I know I've never been out of the country, so but yeah, there's so many places in Africa I want to go. But anyway, back to the topic. So I'm in Georgia, in the United States. So there'd be so many times when you get like I'm using being saved and sanctified as an example. I am not somebody that's super churchy. I'm not somebody that is perfect, nor do I claim to be. I am just a human being trying to do better, be better, and get better every day. So let me just give that little disclaimer. But you ever been through something where you're like, God, I'm gonna change my life, and so you start doing the things. You start reading your word. You start going to church. You start, you know, fellowshipping with other people, and it's like that one thing that had a hold on you, it just keeps tempting you. It just keep being in the back of your mind. You know, you dream about it. Maybe for me personally, it was respecting myself enough to teach people how to treat me. Because I was, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Delta. Thank you so much. That means a lot. And if any one of them has spoken to you or helped you, I feel like I'm winning. Yes, monetization for this channel is the goal, but if anything that I post helps somebody have a better day in life, then I feel like I'm winning and my purpose is fulfilled. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all keep tapping the like button, please, and thank you in advance. But it's like, hey Linda, thank you so much. Love you back. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But it's like you're trying to be a lot of times, and because I know in my 20s, I got saved. I got saved when I was pregnant with my first son because I was in such a dark place and I felt like God was the only place to go. And he was. And I got saved, but I still had a lot of mess in my spirit. I still had a lot of anger, a lot of hate, a lot of just uncertainty, low self-esteem, all these things. So I was trying to do better, and it was like, I'm gonna read my word. Okay. I'm a stop cussing. Okay. I'm gonna stop doing these things. And the more that I tried to do right, the more the person in my life kept coming at me like, what you doing that for? You don't need to do that. You know, and he kept pulling me back into what I was trying to get away from. I was in a very can you chat with me aside, please? I don't really chat aside. I mean, you can chat here if you like. But you know, if you're going through something, I pray that things get resolved and You can always message my, my videos. I do have an email on my page if you want to email me, but I generally just talk to people on here or on the two other apps, the TikTokies and the Instagram. You can follow me there at FreeJenMarie. You can hit me in my inbox on FreeJenMarie on Instagram if you like. Um, but yeah, it's just it was just so hard for me to get out of what I was trying to escape. And it was like, I am trying to do the things, God. I am trying to do right. And this person just keep pulling me back into what I shouldn't be doing. And what it was is that the more I tried to elevate, be positive, and be a better person, the more the darkness came. So sometimes you'll be in a room with people and situations that are not necessarily for you. And you'll know that because people that you haven't done anything to, they hold on. People that you have not done anything to, they may not like you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Prayers for your family. That's hard for everybody. Um, oh, it's FreeJenMarie, just like here. Everything is FreeJenMarie on Instagram and the TikToks. I haven't really been on TikTok very often, very lately. I've been, this is home over here, so because y'all engage over here. Well, I'm praying for you. It's hard. I went through a divorce that was extremely tumultuous. If y'all want to know more about that, you can go look up my Survivor Series playlist. I'll be finishing that up on probably on tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day of the month, and this is the 7th month of the year, and God says 7 is the number of completion, and God told me to be finished with that series and be done with it, over it, pack it up. So that's what I'll be doing. So I'll be dropping the last 2 parts of that series. But it just details what I went through and how I got through it. And honestly and truly, the main thing that helped me was God. Yeah, I had friends around and so on and so forth, but the main thing that helped me was God. So I'm definitely praying for you. It's hard for the entire family when going through a divorce. Um, but yeah, it's difficult to be a light in this world. And I'm somebody that, I'm kind of goofy. I like to laugh. I like a good time. I like a good vibe. I don't like to be a Debbie Downer. Life is too short. I've been through too much stuff and I feel like I have lived all of my down days. I just want to be on the up from now on. Okay. I'll be 47 this year. So, I've lived almost half of my life, more than half of my life. And, I don't know how many years I have left, but I want to spend them, having quality time here on earth. And one of the ways that I do that is by trying to vibrate a little bit higher. That's not always easy because sometimes we don't want to get out of bed. We thinking about all the bills that need to be paid, and that's real. I'm not saying it like my life is just sweet like that. Thank you so much, Linda, for commenting. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. But one thing that I found out is that the more that I dwell in darkness and the more that I dwell in depression, nothing gets done. Nothing changes. And so if I want to change, I have to literally force myself, get up, get moving. This morning, I didn't want to get up because I'm so tired. Not because anything is wrong, but I'm tired. I'm exhausted. There's been a lot going on and I'm building a business and I have been missing sleep because my mind has been racing. But I said, God, what a blessing it is that I'm about to open a business. What a blessing it is that I have clients that are already trying to book with me to get their hair done. What a blessing it is that I'm even able to do this at this point in my life. I literally walked out of one salon last week, and this week I'm opening a business. God is good all the time. And it's so true. He may not come when you want him, but he always come on time. And I stick to that. And I believe in that. And I hold on to if I ain't got nothing else, I got faith. Because every time that I have ever been through something, God has brought me through. God has literally put me on his back and walked me through. If you've ever seen the post about footprints, my mother used to have um, a poster that had the story about footprints, and it was talking about how this man was walking on the beach. I'm paraphrasing right now because it's been a long time. Okay, all right, Linda. I hope you enjoy your lunch there. But if you've ever seen the post about footprints, or my mother used to have a poster of it when I was a kid, and basically it was a man walking on the beach with God, right? So you see two sets of footprints, and after a while you only see one set. And the man asks a question and he says, well, at this point I was walking alone. And God said, no, those footprints are when I carried you. And I really, really know that God carried me. God carried me. God blessed me. God, just, just bye, Linda. You take care, dear. Have a wonderful day. I hope you have an amazing day on purpose. And so because I know that that I can hold on to the light, and I know that I have a purpose. And sometimes I know my light might irritate the heck out of people, but I know that it's just like a flashlight. You got a flashlight, and them people in the dark, they're gonna scatter like roaches when your light comes in the room. And the reason why is because sometimes you intimidate them, sometimes you make them uncomfortable because they haven't found the light within themselves. They're so used to being negative, they're so used to being down. I had an old coworker that literally was like doom and gloom. She would come into the shop and the whole atmosphere of the shop would change. She never smiled, she was never happy. And so one day I was like, well, dang, maybe she needs somebody. So I was like, yo, what's up? Like, I'm not trying to be accusatory. I'm not trying to attack you, but like, is something going on? Do you need help? Like, do you need to pray real quick? Like, what do we need to do? Because her energy was affecting the entire shop. And it concerned me because if you have such a powerful force inside of you where you can walk into a room and the atmosphere change to doom and gloom when we were just in here laughing and joking and joning each other. If you've been in a salon or worked in a salon, you know what I'm talking about. And I asked her, I said, I'm not trying to attack you. And I pulled it to the side. I didn't do it in front of the other coworkers. And I said, I'm not trying to attack you, but is something going on? Like, I don't want to be in your business, but I just want you to know, like, hey, how are you? Welcome in. What's going on, M4? Yes, I do. I do remember you. I think you've been in my lives before, if I'm correct. I'm just starting to go back live now on a regular basis. Welcome, welcome. Please go ahead and tap the like button, y'all. Help your girl to elevate in the algorithm. I'm just a rising YouTuber trying to make some shake. So yeah. Pretty princess, welcome in. I hope you have the most amazing day ever, and maybe that will change your vibe and your attitude. I don't do negativity. It's all positive over here. Peace and blessings. So yeah. And if I'm a granny, hey, I've lived and I have some wisdom. I'm not a granny yet. I hope one day I will be, if God blesses me to do that. But anyway, oh, well, everybody has their opinions, W6. But I have locks, and locks are natural, baby. I grew that. So, I'm glad you noticed my profile picture, and your presence is very much appreciated because even if you disagree, it helps me to elevate in the algorithm. We're all about elevation and positivity over here. Like I said, sometimes even in here, my light irritates the heck out of people. The fact that I won't go back and forth, the fact that I don't argue with the trolls. You have your opinion, I have mine, and that's all good. I'm all about peace and blessings because I don't raise my blood pressure over things, people, and situations that do not matter to me, nor should you. So I hope you have the most amazing day ever on purpose. Like I said, I think everybody that comes in here is a beautiful person. And I say that not because I'm going to like everybody, not because we're all going to get along or we're all going to agree, but I can learn something from each of you, either how to move or how not to move. So thank you. But yeah, sometimes your light will irritate people. Sometimes you just getting on live talking about positive stuff will irritate the living daylights out of people. And they don't know what to do with it. So they spew negativity, as you see by these two examples. And that's all good. I'm still gonna be on live. I'm still gonna speak positivity. I'm still gonna try to help other people to elevate. That's my purpose, and nobody's gonna stop me from doing it. Nobody but God can stop me from doing that. So yeah. But sometimes, you just won't understand. And so that coworker responded in a negative way. And they were like, I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good. And I was like, all right, peace and blessings. And I shook it off. But she started to become isolated because nobody really wanted to work with her because her attitude was just horrible. She would work with you and she wouldn't even speak to you. And when you work in a salon, a lot of times you work as a team. So she wouldn't want to work as a team. She would just want to do her clients, not say nothing to you, not say, goodbye or good morning. She just walk in the shop. And it was really just a dark presence. And I've learned to pray for people that I don't necessarily understand. I've learned to pray for people that may be going through something. Instead of hating on them, talking about them, and gossiping, I've learned to just pray for that person because I don't know what's going on in their heart deep down. They could really have some trauma going on or some turmoil that I'm not privy to. You never know what's on somebody's mind or somebody's spirit. And sometimes a kind word will help get them through their day. A kind word, a hello, a good morning, hey girl, your hair is cute. Hey man, that I see you with the fresh fade. Kind words like that will sometimes save somebody's life. So yeah, y'all, I just want to get on here and discuss that real quick and just let you know if you are a light and you're a positive person, don't let anybody bring you down. And when things start attacking you, just know that you're going the right way. Because when you start to try and do better in your life, that's when everything starts to hit you. So just know that when you are elevating and you're trying to do better and circumstances and trials and tribulations start coming at you, it's not because it's not meant for you. It's because it is meant for you. So you got to keep going. You got to stay encouraged and you got to push through. And that's not easy, but with faith, everything is possible. So yeah, I hope that y'all have an amazing day on purpose. I hope that your day is filled with purpose. Please subscribe to my channel. Turn your notifications on because I go live sporadically. I will be dropping the last 2 parts of the Survivor series and then we're done with that and we're moving on to something else. Like I said, I'm just I won't say small, I'm a rising YouTuber. Just trying to make something shake for me and my kids. So come be a part of the fam. I'm just trying to build a community of positive, uplifted people that want better for their lives. So if that's you, tap in. Peace and blessings, y'all.